Welcome back, guys, to Factorio, episode number 11. My name is Zisteau. Today, we need to do something about our coal situation. This is the original patch of coal that we started with. This is the remnants of it, what's left. And it is gonna run out. This guy has 1,500 expected resources to dig, bottom right-hand corner of the screen. This guy has 1,200. So 2,700, that's not very much. We're going to run through that really quickly, and it's really inconvenient. It's very inefficient to use these cars to take coal back and forth, especially since, for whatever reason, I cannot shift-click coal into the actual trunk. It will only go into the fuel slot. You can shift-click anything else into that slot except for coal or any other type of fuel. So we need to do something about that. We're going to set up a automated remote coal mining facility, and we're going to bring coal in with a train. Yeah, that's right, a train. So we need to set up a place for the train to show up and to deposit all the coal. I left all this space empty here specifically for trains to come in here and bring us coal, iron, copper, stone, anything else we need that we can't get locally once the local supplies run out. And so that's what we're going to do. I think maybe just having the train turn around right here, that's a good place to start. I may down the road decide, well, we need to redesign this, and I may do that. But for now, that'll do. Okay, so this is a train track, and we need to make sure it can go through there. So let me redesign this guy. Let's put the train track through first. There, okay. And I don't actually have any of those on me. I've switched to the other kind. We're going this way. There we go. Okay, so these are the train tracks. You can see it's got some arrows on it. That means that you've laid it down in a valid manner for the train tracks to connect up and for a train to ride on them. And we need to bring it down here and have it turn around. So the normal tracks are fairly simple. Oh, they've made the diagonal tracks different. These are different than they used to be. They've updated these. These are easier to place. They used to be a little bit more weird. You would just get like diagonal triangle shapes. And this is much easier to do. Good job, guys. Okay, so that's the straight tracks. The curved tracks are weirder, or a little bit more, they have some idiosyncrasies, because the tracks only bend at that angle. So let's see. I may have to back this up, and we'll see how small of an area we can turn around in. And let's move these guys. I may actually have to move that stone line. It may not be enough space here. Okay, you don't want to connect up like that. This is a little different. Do I have to do this? And then connect it like that? Aha, okay. So you have to, the old graphics used to just be this little triangle here. You can see it's a little bit darker than these curved tracks. And looks like I do not have enough space here. Actually, I could reroute the coal itself. Yeah, let's do that. That's probably the easiest. So let's do that right now. Look at these old power lines still here from the old setup. These are like the last of the old guard. Let's just take all this up and move it. I'll put the track down. Just cutting off the line for this amount of time won't hurt anything. I hope we run out of power. It's curtains. It's almost an unrecoverable situation if we run out of coal to our supply of steam boilers. At least until we get a more sustainable power source going, which is called... Yeah, that looks a little awkward, doesn't it? But that works. It says it works. If you see the arrows going in either way from the track, then that is valid. All right, let's get rid of these guys. All right, I have to replace that then. There we go. Okay, so there's that. And then this guy is going to run up here. And I may have to, I probably have to dig a hole through that guy. Before we do anything else, let's repair the coal line. We don't want to be running out of coal while we're trying to get more coal. I want to keep this guy there. So let's have this go down to about there. And then straight over. I guess we'll do like a little zigzag action. Okay. You can see I've got some smart inserters only adding coal to this line, which goes through my base because I put the solid fuel in those chests. I ended up with a bunch of solid fuel on my coal line, which is not a huge deal. I've got a chest down at the end with another smart inserter, trying to scrape it off, and then I'll re-put it into the system so that it only goes to our boilers. I've increased the number we have. We have a ton of them now, and I've basically run out of space on this island to continue doing this 10 boilers per line system. I still don't have 10 boilers per line for all of this, and I won't until this coal gets, or this copper gets mined up. That's taking a long time because we don't need a ton of copper right now. We're going to need more copper later, and we will blow through that. I could put a few, like 4 or 5 boiler lines here. But this may actually be all the boilers I ever make. We may switch to solar panels very soon. We'll keep these going, but we'll supplement it with solar panels. We'll get into that at a future date. Okay, so the coal is proceeding through there. This guy has no power. I don't know that he really needs to be here, though. That's from an old system. Okay, so here's the line. Let's continue building. So I'm going to be bringing in coal. I need to make sure we have enough space. I need to make sure we have enough space to unload the thing. So let's see. Did I make some stops? I don't think I did. Okay, we're going to need a train stop for this section where we unload the coal, and we're going to need a train stop for the other section where we pick up the coal. And let's just say that it's going to be... Come on, game lag. Let's just say it's going to be here. You need to place it on the right side of the track. So imagine I'm... the way my character is facing, I'm placing it on the right side of the track, and the arrows will show you the direction the train needs to be going to recognize the stop and to stop at the stop. Okay? And I can't place it here. Can't place it on the track. Can I place it at this corner? I think you can only place it on straight tracks. Alright, so we'll place it right there. This little oil pipe will get moved. And it's making little train stop sounds. Okay, and if you click on it, you can change the name. So we're going to call this... Grand Central, I guess. I may change this later. And now when I click on it, it says Grand Central. And then when I go to my map screen, I now have a little dot here and a Grand Central label. And as we lay out the train tracks, that'll start to make sense. Okay, so there's that. Then we need the train. This is the locomotive. Locomotive's going to come to about there and stop. And we need some cargo trains. For this, 2 is probably enough. You see how they've got this little green link symbol here when you connect up? If I put it here, they don't have it here. It just sort of snaps. That means they formed one train. Okay, and let me grab some coal. And if you click on View Locomotive, we can put some coal in there. That'll last a pretty long time. So there's that. Let me run up here. Let's just check how much coal we have in our system in these chests. 1.3K, 400, 400, 1.2K. Okay, I think that'll last a little while. So I laid out this train, and I wanted to see I wanted to see if this straight track was long enough before I start curving it around to join up with this guy. And it looks like it's good. I think we're going to go kind of around here where my cursor is. And down here, I had this highway idea to drive the car down. But as you saw, previous episodes driving down the highway, it's really hard to go straight in those cars. So I think I may ditch the highway idea. I need a spot for the trains, and I think I may put the train track here. Right where this is, and this one will be a highway for running down. You can see it's quite a bit faster to run down this guy. And instead of it being 2 blocks wide, it doesn't need to be 2 blocks wide to run down. I think I'll reverse the tracks like this. So if I want to get quickly from the left side of my base to the right side, I can run down here, and I can run back. And then this side I will pick up, and I will put the train tracks here. And if at any point in the future we need to take stuff from our production center, and we need to bring it up north above the train tracks and the running path, then I've left space for these underground belts. So we're going to route it around there, right through there, and you can see, yeah, I don't really have space to run that directly. Okay, so next thing, we're getting attacked. I have been running around to check those areas, and it seems like everything is okay. I still have to, I need to automate turrets because I'm running low on turrets. Those 32 in my inventory, those are the last ones. We're doing lab efficiency 4. Okay, I need to put this here, which means this guy needs to go. And he was powering some stuff. Okay, now that's connected. Let me just, let me make sure this guy gets some power. Alright, that's all that took. Good, so now we need to curve the other way. You can kind of see how this goes. Spin it around until you get the one you want. There we go. Oh, did I give enough space? Oh, yes, perfect. Okay, so that's connected. That's connected. Sweet. We have a loop. So the train's going to come in around this guy. And ignore the fact that it doesn't look like a very nice curve as long as you get these arrows when you mouse over a track. That means that it's connected properly, and we can drive it around. I don't have very far that I can go though, so I'm just gonna drive it like right here. You drive it like the car, only you can only go forward and backwards with the W and S key. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to lay down enough track to have it come up here, and then down through here, and all the way down to our coal expansion. All right, the track is all laid out, and we need to get going on this quickly. So let's just drive it to the other side. I haven't set up the other stop yet, or the automation of the, like... Uh-oh. Okay, this track isn't right. Oh, yep, see, that's not right. Back up. The aliens all of a sudden got super aggressive. I think it may be because of the extra steam boilers I added off camera. There we go. Okay. Well, that's a good little bug test. Go, buddy. Okay. Hopefully there's no other hitches. Oh my gosh. I could have sworn I did this correctly. All right. Get out. Fix this one. Okay. Mouse over you, please. That's weird. Now it's correct. Okay, let's keep going. Let's see if I screwed it up anywhere else. It will automatically stop. It shouldn't do any damage to itself. I think it will just slow down if it doesn't sense good enough track. All right, and then stop right there. Back up. Okay, so we're going to set up the stop right here. Let's put down the other stop. I'm not going to automate it just yet because we need to start... Yeah, let's do it there. No, enter. Something like that. We need to get this thing going so that I can go back to defense. We need to kill some biters next time, like a lot of them, because we are getting swarmed. Some biters actually got in my base. I also need to refuel the guy. Let's see. So I'm just gonna do this really dirt simple. Add a bunch of chests. Actually, we don't need that many, and I need to make sure it's powered. So let's see. Let's start there. And I'll leave a gap there. These things, so I've done some research. I can pause the game more or less by hitting the T button. I did some research. Let's see if I can find it to so that the inserters have a bigger. Is it this one? No. Logistic robot cargo size is related to it, I think. Anyway, I did some research. I don't remember what the little icon looks like, but it means that when these guys are loading and unloading a train, they can do it faster. Okay, so let's just do that, and we'll figure out if, you know, I'll bug test, see if there's anything else I need to change. Where's the power line? Right there, okay. So let's remove that one. And then redirect the belt so that it's right here, and I'll actually put these right there. There we go. Okay, belts, come over here. I've got a lot of chests here full of coal. I will redirect those later. For now, we just need to. I need to set up working right now. Pick these up where it's kind of stuck. There we go, and it's going to start loading stuff in super fast. And let's have some lights while it does that. So some biters actually got into my base. I was working on this. I ran out of coal, had to do another trip with the car. And I came down here. There's a huge hole in my base. And I found a few small biters in my steam engine set up here. And the only thing I can think of is that they ran all the way here. That they were trying to get to this. They got through the wall and they ran straight there. And I'm still not automating the turrets. That's next on my list. The turrets, and you see this wave here? This is a small one. They're coming in bigger waves than that. Next on my list is to automate the turrets and to get power armor made. We're going to need to start automating processing units and electric engines. Okay, let's see how full this is. And are you... You're full anyway. I can figure out how to automate giving him coal anyway. At a later time. You're filling up. We need to get these guys. Tell you what, can I just, yes, we can do it like this. So this doesn't look like it really holds that much, does it? Not nearly as much as the car. Which is actually fine, because this thing goes way faster than the car, and it's automated. The amount of time it'll take this guy to get all the way back to the other stop. I will never go through that much coal in that amount of time. And this guy can run on the amount of coal I've given him for a pretty long time. Oh, okay, so this is his thing. He just went kind of the wrong way because I haven't automated the track. And I should have been holding right when we hit that junction. That's okay for right now. Now I need the offloading section. The stop is right here. I will fix all this so that it works perfectly later. How about that? Yeah, let's just get it up and running. So we're going to need kind of similar thing that we did before. Move him. Yeah. Okay. And then some chests. Just so I can accumulate things. And I'm out of... Oops, those are the wrong kind. Darn it. Anyway, that's enough to get us started. And then we will just have these go to a belt. And then the belts need... Tell you what, let's bring the belt down a bit farther. And then we need to balance the dude. So that they're on both sides. And just something like this. Whatever. Let's just get it. Bringing us more coal. Okay. Now, next thing we need to do, we need to automate. we need to automate this system. I'm getting attacked again, which is distracting me. Let me go ahead and... You hold control. You control click, by the way, to shift all of one item. Let's go to the other stop, and then we can automate this. And then we should be okay to focus on defenses again. Next time, we're going to make that armor. Well, we're going to need to automate the stuff. That armor is going to allow us to kill biters faster. How are you out of fuel? Oh! The inserter must have taken all of your fuel. Alright, we'll run on that then. Okay, so that's a bug we need to get out of the system. So I guess he'll go straight by default, and if you hold the direction WASD, as you approach, you're still moving. Stop moving. There. Okay, are you getting refueled? There's no coal in these guys, so he's not right now. Okay, so we need to automate this, and I'm going to rename this stop. I'm going to call it, instead of Tim Healy... Oh, there's the research done. I'm just doing, like, shotgun stuff. I want these researched. Baso exoskeleton equipment gives us a 30% speed boost. Okay, so I'm going to rename you. I'm going to call you Coal Mine A. How about that? Okay, and then if we go click on this guy, we can set up a schedule. So I want his train schedule to go from Grand Central to Coal Mine A. That's it. Then you can set the amount of time that he stops at either one. 30 seconds is fine. So let's just have him run the train. And let's pop it. Oh, we missed it. Okay, well, we can work on this system. I need to get the coal from these things. Out of these chests. So let's break this down from the back. He's going to head off and deposit that coal, hopefully, if I set that up properly. It's going to take a little bit of fiddling to get everything lined up right. And we've got a lot of coal here. This should last us a while. Why don't you have power? And I don't have any of these, and I'm out of copper plates, so I can't do anything about that. Right now, sorry guy, I guess I can do that. And now I can't run past there. Alright, never mind. There's a lot of coal here. That'll last us a while. I haven't even started mining the right half of that. I could just do this, I guess. And the train should be coming back any second now. We're getting attacked on the right-hand side. Need to... here comes the train. Need to start looking out for... Yeah, see, there's nothing here to load fuel into the train. And I want to be sure to get off. Let me just do that. That's probably enough for right now. Yeah, just do that chest. Okay. So let's get in and wait for it to go. Let me zoom out. I can't see. I will just have to come back and check on that later. If those little signs don't go away soon, we could be in trouble. I think we're going to be okay, though. I think I got this set up in time. There goes the train. And we can watch the coal, or the fuel situation. It may be using 1 or 2 solid fuels per trip. Okay, so you're going to stop right there. Aha, okay, so we're offloading from the main, from the locomotive. I want to offload from this guy, so let's just lay these out where I want them to offload from. I will reroute this oil line, because now it's in the way. That's basically how it's going to work. Let me get it, the final version set up. Oh, look, we're backed up. Excellent. So I may even set up a second row of chests so we can have a backlog of this coal. I need more steel for that. These guys are going to run out sooner or later. I no longer need this setup. And I will keep this guy here until he runs out of coal. Need to go do a spot check. And then very soon need to start preparing for the next episode where we make the power armor. And we've got to kill a lot more aliens because They're not being very nice to us, basically. They're meanies. Meanie pants. Alright, so here's the slightly modified setup. Let me repair this guy here. Gotta protect our little coal outpost. And we need to get back before the train gets back, because it only comes around about once every minute and 20 seconds. There it is, okay. So I've got one here refilling the locomotive, and I've got the track going that way. Let me go ahead and get in. So that the chest that fills up first is the one supplying the locomotive itself, and then the cargo guys fill up after that. 30 seconds is more than long enough to fill up these trains. They're both full. The cargo wagons. And we get to ride around the whole base. And I've been doing spot checks around the base. My pollution level keeps getting higher. I need a bigger buffer between me and the locals. Okay, so there's no chest here giving him fuel because there's enough in the other place. And here's the 4 offloading. Let's see, can they quite offload in time? I don't think they can quite get there, can they? It's gonna take a. It's gonna leave, aren't you? Oh, almost there. Are you gonna do it? 30 seconds. Oh, almost exactly enough. But there is, let's see. I know there's research. I can't remember what it looks like. Here it is. Inserter item stack size bonus. This is what I was looking for. So inserters can pick up one more item when moving from container to container, which includes trains. So this is super important for unloading, offloading, loading, unloading all your trains. You need to research these guys, and I've got 2 levels of it, which I guess is why it's not showing up here. It won't show up till we've done them all. The 3rd one is still available. But next time, we need to kill a lot more aliens. These guys just showed up. What the aliens do is occasionally some of them will migrate to a new spot and set up a new hive. So we got to kill these guys. I can kill the worms now, so we need to kill these guys. And everything that attacks this spot seems to be coming from this direction. So I think all these guys are sensing the pollution from my boilers, and they're coming around here. I just need to kill damn near everything. We need to kill all the things. So for that, we're going to need power armor. We're going to need to make for it a portable fusion reactor. Some better energy shields, the Mark IIs. We can also upgrade our battery to Mark II, and we're going to make a basic exoskeleton equipment. We're also going to make a combat shotgun. It's going to be awesome. See you next time. Bye-bye.